let's see what the news has to say today. Tell me something good. Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Clover Coleman. President Biden is poised to declare a monument today honoring Emmett Till and his mother, Mamie Till Mobley. The teenaged black boy was lynched by white men in Mississippi in 1955. An all-white jury acquitted the men. Brent Leggs leads the African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund. He says the Till Monument sites are significant to black history.
Historic preservation and the preservation of these assets
Don't tear down the other monuments.
is our way of having a positive impact in society. But most importantly, it's to ensure that we never forget.
The Till Monument will honor 3 sites. That includes the Chicago church where Mamie Till Mobley opened his casket to reveal how brutally her child had been tortured to death. Planned Parenthood has unveiled an ad campaign in Idaho. It's aimed at educating patients about available, legal, out-of-state abortion options. Richard Rodriguez of Boise State Public Radio has more.
The campaign will inform Idaho adults and minors of the legal right to access out-of-state abortion care in Oregon and Washington.
Any president
after
wants
Idaho
that.
Attorney General
He wants
Raul
that avoid,
Labrador
but
issued a legal opinion stating the state's abortion bans also
it's
prohibit
the one good thing
providers
that he's
from
done in his
referring patients
presidency.
to legal abortion care out of state. Here's Katie Rodan, spokesperson with Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates.
That question about what a referral is leading our
What is a
providers
referral? Everybody knows what a
to provide
referral is.
comprehensive information about where patients can go to access legal medical care.
Rodan said Labrador's letter tied the hands of providers, but not the hands of the organization. They will place 6 billboards in the Boise area and will be taking ad space in various Idaho publications. For NPR News, I'm Richard Rodriguez in Nampa, Idaho.
The National Weather Service is warning of dangerous heat again today. Temperatures and heat indexes will climb to 100 degrees or hotter from California to southern Florida. Out-of-control wildfires are raging
Says
in North
you.
Africa. NPR's
Been
Eleanor
raining for 2
Beardsley
days out
reports
here in
Algeria's
Washington
Interior
State.
Minister says fires have killed at least 34 people, including 10 soldiers
Which is
brought
pretty
in
close
to
to
help
California,
fight
ain't
the
it?
flames.
Strong winds and successive heat waves are feeding fires all around the Mediterranean
Fires aren't
basin.
good in
Some
those
8,000
locations.
firefighters are battling
That
to
don't
bring
mean
the
all of
flames
us
under
are
control
suffering.
in operations across Algeria's mountainous
Like y'all making
coastal
it
region
out.
of Kabylia. About 1,500 people have been evacuated. A major heat wave sweeping across North Africa is pushing up temperatures with 120 degrees Fahrenheit recorded in cities in neighboring Tunisia. Wildfires have also destroyed forests and threatened lives this summer in Morocco. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Paris.
Out-of-control wildfires are also burning in Greece. Greek authorities say a firefighting plane has crashed on an island east of Athens. 2 people aboard are feared dead. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 10 points. This is NPR. The U.S. Forest Service has acknowledged that it started a gigantic wildfire last year in New Mexico through one of its own prescribed burns. It was the largest wildfire ever in New Mexico,
Firefighters don't make
destroying
enough money
homes and
doing that stuff.
habitats. The planned fire was supposed to help clear dead wood from forests to avoid a catastrophic fire, but the prescribed Forest Service burn was not fully extinguished and erupted into an inferno.
Oh my God.
Israel's
So,
Medical Association is on
they
strike today in
started
protest
on
of a new
purpose.
law limiting the
Can't
Supreme
control it.
Court's powers of oversight over the
I think
government.
that's what I just heard.
NPR's Daniel Estrin reports from Jerusalem. Groups are turning to the Israeli Supreme Court to challenge the law.
Doctors are on a 24-hour strike protesting the law. Hospitals are operating on limited schedule. Israel's right-wing government defends the law. It accuses the judiciary of liberal overreach and says the elected government should have more freedom to implement its policies. The Supreme Court must now decide whether to take up
Don't go
petitions
against the
challenging the
Supreme
law.
Court, dude.
The court has never intervened in the passage of this kind of law, which is the equivalent of a constitutional amendment. Advocates for Palestinian rights argue the new law could lead to the replacement of professional civil servants with loyalists who could approve further discrimination against Palestinians. Meanwhile, in the occupied West Bank, Israel says troops killed 3 Palestinians who opened fire on soldiers. Daniel Estrin, NPR News, Jerusalem.
The Federal Reserve has opened 2 days of policy meetings today in Washington. Analysts expect they'll move to increase short-term interest rates by 1/4%. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.
Hey, it's Dave Martinez here to tell you about NPR Plus.
Amazon.
NPR Plus.
Skip.
In NASA news, NASA has selected 11 U.S. companies to develop technologies that could support long-term exploration on the moon and in space for the benefit of all. Como parte de una serie de reuniones con destacados funcionarios gubernamentales, el administrador de la NASA, Bill Nelson, viajará a Brasil, Argentina y Colombia a partir del lunes 24 de julio. As part of a series of meetings with key government
All we gotta
officials,
do is get
NASA
people
Administrator Bill Nelson will travel to Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia beginning Monday, July 24th. As part of the state's first Earth to Space call, students from Louisiana will have an
Oh, they're gonna
opportunity
use
soon
that?
to hear from NASA
Sorry, I thought the
astronauts
companies
aboard
would be
the
like,
International
"We
Space
got
Station.
Long-term monitoring. We already
NASA
had
has
the base
selected
set
KBR
up.
Wiley Services,
But I don't wanna give
LLC,
much money
of
to
Fulton, Maryland, to provide mission
new
and flight
companies.
crew operation
Yeah.
support for the International Space Station and future human
These
space
new companies brought
exploration.
it to you,
In weather,
not the previous one.
right now in Seattle, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast has clouds
The
with a chance of
previous ones already
showers,
set up
with a
the
high
base
of
at
72
Summit
degrees
Crater
and a
or
low of
whatever.
55 degrees. From NASA. NASA has selected 11 U.S. companies to develop technologies that could support long-term exploration on the moon and in space for the benefit of all. Como parte de una serie de reuniones con destacados funcionarios gubernamentales, el administrador de la NASA, Bill Nelson, viajará a Brasil, Argentina y Colombia a partir del lunes 24 de julio. As part of a series of meetings with key government officials, NASA Administrator Bill Nelson will travel to Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia beginning Monday, July 24th.
To watch soccer. No,
As
just
part of the
kidding.
state's first Earth to Space call, students from Louisiana will have an opportunity soon to hear from
Louisiana.
NASA astronauts aboard the International
King
Space
Louis,
Station.
Queen Anna, King Louis was on the Jungle Book.
NASA has selected KBR Wiley Services, LLC, of Fulton, Maryland, to provide mission and flight crew operation support for the International Space Station and future human
All right,
space
Amazon.
exploration.
Off.
That's all for now.
Yeah, well, it better be. I just turned you off.
One more thing. You can receive notifications for
Thought that
breaking
was
news
all.
alerts. Would you like to select a provider?
No. Think I'm not going? Oh, come on. You're gonna notify me anyway. All right, Amazon. Tell us a joke.
Where should you go if your spaceship runs out of gas? Uranus.
Why would you go to Uranus if your spaceship runs out of gas? Your anus ain't gonna power the ship. You ain't gonna power on methane. Oh, my lord. Anyways, that's how you break down a joke that's supposed to be funny. All right. Have a great Tuesday, everyone. Fat Tuesday, whatever.